everybody. Or good day, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever it is. I hope it's a wonderful day. So today is our first video in 2021, and I'm so excited. We have a lot of things to talk about. We have a January mystery giveaway. We have some new yarns, new patterns, and just lots of fun things to talk about today. And it just seems so weird to me because it seems like just yesterday I was saying it's 2020. And now it's 2021. But you know what? All the years at my age are starting to run into each other. So anywho, we have a lot of fun things to do today. And I'm so excited because January is our mystery yarn giveaway month. So I'm so excited about that. I'm also excited about telling you about our new bags, yarns, like I said, new patterns. We're also going to talk about glue. It's interesting. I've been getting a lot of questions about glues and yarn. And I thought this was, I use them occasionally, but I mean, it's just not a question I thought I would get so many of. And then someone told me about someone who says you have to use glue on every crochet item and on every knot or whatever. And so we're going to discuss that a little bit. And again, remember this. The things that I talk about on our time together is really, they're just my opinions and things that have worked for me. And as I always say, you have to do what works best for you. All right? So, good morning again. It's Coffee and Crochet with Sara time, and we're going to begin with a nice big clink. Look at those big red lips. I wish I had some red lipstick, but I don't. I don't wear red. All righty. I'm so glad you're all here today. And like, again, I always say, I can't do any of this without you. You all that watch my videos and enjoy my patterns are the ones that make this fun time happen. Okay, are you ready to get started talking about the January giveaway? Well, first of all, let me tell you what it is. I'll show you a quick picture because it is a mystery. You're not going to know all of it until you receive it. And so, if you'll notice, there's a bag hanging behind me. That one is a canvas bag. And you'll notice it's a little bit different than the bags that we've done in the past. We took those lines out. Those were the things that were causing issues in our the heat press, were those lines. So we took the lines out. That bag there is one of our tests, and it's really cute. It is a thick canvas bag. You're going to get that in the giveaway as well. All right, I'm going to click over to my top cam, and I've made the picture. Oh, that's the wrong cam. We're going to talk about that in a minute. There we go. I've made the picture just a little bit blurry because I don't want you to see what's all there. There's 15 skeins of yarn that were all donated by different companies, and we put them all together. That's all you get. That's the only look. Okay, they're gone. 15 skeins or balls or whatever you want to call them of yarn. And so they were all donated by different yarn companies for our giveaway for January. You're going to receive those 15 skeins of yarn and that bag that's back there. And then I'm also going to add a mystery item, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. That's our January giveaway, and I'm really excited. Okay, how do you get involved in the giveaways? It's a brand new year. Okay, so everybody's involved in this. All you have to do is comment on today's live video on Facebook, or once I pop it over to YouTube, you can comment under the YouTube video. That's all you have to do. Then 2 weeks from today, which today is the 5th, right? So 2 weeks from today on our live video, I will announce the winner. Okay, the winner's name is chosen from those 2 comments on Facebook and on YouTube. All the names are put in the random generator, and whatever name comes up, that's the name I'll announce. Now, I had someone comment that I'm always picking the same names. So I went back and looked through all my winners, and I've never once picked the second name that I could find, unless it was something separate, like maybe when Hirschner's sent us some things, or when there's something separate from the monthly giveaway, I may have chosen a name. I didn't look through those. But I want you to understand, I don't pick the names. They're drawn from the random generator. And we do try to check to make sure that name hasn't been chosen before to give everybody an opportunity, okay? So, if you've already commented, you're already entered. You get 15 skeins of yarn that are behind me and that bag and a special something from me. All right, that's the January mystery giveaway. All right, now the other thing I want you to know is that what you see is what you get. We don't change anything. What's brought in, that's what you get. The bag that you see hanging back there, that's the exact bag that you will get if you are the winner. All right, now I want to talk a little bit about the bags. We sold out on Etsy the bags that we had, and so I've got a bunch more bags ready to go. I've listed them on Etsy if you want a bag like this. And you can see it is a little bit different. Those lines are gone, and it's just Coffee and Crochet with Sara with the coffee cup and the yarn with the crochet hook. Okay? Now, we sell them for $15 free shipping, and that's in the United States only, unfortunately, for this bag. Now, what we're going to do is sell them for $15, and that's what it cost me to make them. It cost me about $11, $12 to have the screen print made and put on the bag, and then the cost of the bag, and then the cost of shipping is included in that price. So the price is $15 a bag. If you want one, you feel like you can't do without, then we'll get one. Then you can get one on Etsy, okay? And I've got some more we're going to get done today. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make some more, so I wasn't going to say anything. But we got the bags yesterday, and we got a bunch made, and I've got some more I'm going to get bags to pick up today. All right, so Kimberly's asking me where I got my mug. I don't know. I have had this probably 3 or 4 years. Knowing me, it was either at Walgreens or Walmart. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it had a little stuffed animal in it because I think I got it from someone for a gift. I don't know if it's my granddaughters or my son or my daughter or something. I think it had a little white puppy in it, but I can't remember. Okay, I'm really, really sorry. It's 2 or 3 years old, probably at least maybe even 4. I love it. It's a real sturdy mug, and it's different. It's a little shorter, and I really like that. Now, speaking of mugs, I've been checking into how I can get some mugs that say Coffee and Crochet with Sara with the same logo as the bag on a mug. And I don't like the prices. And the thing is, I don't want you to have to spend $25 for a mug with my logo on it. And so I'm still looking into it to see if what we can do. I've got a couple of them that I've checked out, and I've got a couple more to check out that I want to check out this afternoon. And I'm hoping to have some information on that for you next week, because I would love to include some giveaways with a coffee cup. Wouldn't that be so much fun? All right, so hopefully next week I'll have some information on that for you, okay, where you can buy some, or if I order some in, how I can get them to you, okay? Because I am checking into it. I know I get messages every week about, do you have a coffee mug because of Coffee and Crochet, so we're working on it. All right, now the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today, let's go to this camera, and that is, let me move my coaster there, that is glues. And I get a lot of questions about glue, okay? And I'm going to tell you what I think about glues with crochet, and then you do what works best for you. Okay, so here are some glues. The first one I want to talk about is just no glue. Some crocheters, knitters, and people who craft believe that you shouldn't use any glue with any of the yarn projects, that you just weave it in and it's going to hold. And most of the time I do believe that, because I try really hard to weave mine in, going through the fibers back and forth so that it holds tightly. But there are times when you might need a little bit of glue. Okay, and so I'll never say never use glue on crafting, meaning yarn crafts. Okay, now sometimes if you're adding a tassel or an embellishment and it won't hold well, this is what I suggest that you use. This is Aleene's No Sew Fabric Glue, and it does work really well. The only thing about it is it forms a hard, I call a hard bump or knot when it dries. But I do like to use this up inside if I'm tying on, say, a pom-pom, and I want to make sure that that's going to stay tightly. I might add just a little dot of this on there. You can also use it to add embellishments, say buttons that don't have that shank on the back. When we talked about that earlier on some of our patterns where we were adding buttons that didn't have a sew holes or the needle wouldn't fit through. And this is a good alternative. I have used it at times on wearables. For instance, if I made a scarf and it was with a really chunky yarn and I just could not get that yarn to stay put, I might put a little bit of this on and press it against the scarf and then set it aside, because this does take a little bit to dry. But it is a good thing to use, and you can buy this Aleene's at Joann's. You can buy it at Walmart, and you can also buy it at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And most of your places, your craft stores or places that have craft departments that sell fabric are going to have this, because this is a fabric glue, but it does work really well in a pinch. Okay, now another glue that I like to use is this E6000, but I only use this on things that are not wearables. And that's because it just doesn't work as well, in my opinion, if it's something that's going to be moved around a lot, say like a scarf or a hat. And I like to use this. This is a big old tube of it. I wanted to get a brand new tube, and I usually buy a package that has 4 small tubes in it. I couldn't find them anywhere. And I ended up finding this one at Lowe's. And so this is, you can find this over by the adhesives, like where the big caulking guns are for filling in like your bathroom tiles and stuff like that. They have a whole section of super glues. So you can find this at any craft store or your hardware stores. And I love using this on items that are going to go outside as well as inside. It's not affected by the weather. If you're adding on, like we did those Christmas ornaments, where the back did not have a little shank to sew it on. And so I used this E6000 and attached it. Now this does take a little bit to dry as well. 5 to 15 minutes is really long enough for it to stay put. If you're adding eyes, like to say an item that don't have the safety eyes, but you want some of those squiggly eyes, this is a great glue to use for that. And so I like to use this on a lot of my craft items that are not wearables. Okay, now the other question that came up is, what about hot glue? And you can see I use hot glue all the time. I use it for lots of different craft items. My husband and I have a joke that he fixes things with duct tape and I fix things with hot glue. Okay, now the thing about hot glue is it is affected by the weather. It's basically plastic that we melt to use as a glue. And so I don't like using it on anything wearable. I don't like using it on anything that's going to go outside, because this can get hot and melt and get gooey and sticky, or in really cold temperatures like we get up here in my area, it cracks and breaks and the thing that you had glued on falls off. Now it works in a pinch, and I'll be honest with you guys, I have actually used it to hem the bottom of a pair of pants. Many years ago when I was a Walmart, you probably don't know this about me, but I was a manager for a Walmart. Actually, I worked at 4 different Walmarts, just going different places. Anyway, so I had a brand new pair of jeans on, and it was a nice Friday because we got to wear jeans on Fridays. I don't know if they still do that. It's been 20 years since I worked for Walmart, but my jeans were just too long and they were dragging the ground. They're driving me crazy. So I went over to the craft department. I bought a little hot glue. I went into the bathroom and I hot glued the hem on my jeans. I wore them all day. They held just fine. I had a brand new hot glue gun to take home with me. But the problem was I forgot. I put them through the laundry and that stuff, I don't know if it was the hot of the dryer or the hot of the hot water, or I thought I washed my jeans in cold water, but I can't remember. But there were these little pieces of the hot glue all over inside my dryer, and they were gooey and sticky, and I like to never get my dryer clean. So don't ever do that. But anyway, you know, when it comes to gluing things and crochet or knitting, it really is considered a no, okay? But there are times when glues are needed. And so like I said, if it's a wearable, I'm going to go with Aleene's fabric glue. If it's a craft like buttons on a Christmas ornament or wreath or something, I'm going to go with the E6000. Excuse me. And if it's something else and I'm in a pinch, I just might use my hot glue. All right. So don't feel bad if you're breaking the rules of crochet if you do use some glue. And I just found it so interesting that I got so many questions it's like the last 3 weeks actually, right before Christmas. And then I don't know the person who told these, the people that were talking to me about glue. And so, it's their opinion, and this is, just my opinion. Okay, so let me grab a quick drink of coffee because I'm getting dry. I'm telling you, I have discovered, my chair's rolling around. I have discovered that I love regular coffee, and then you mix in some hot cocoa and just drop one of those peppermint candies in your coffee. It is so good. I have to tell you though, my daughter-in-law makes those cocoa bombs that are, they're chocolate. She fills them with cocoa and marshmallows and chocolate chips and lots of good stuff. Well, she made me some coffee bombs. Oh my word, they are so good. I have froze them because I am afraid that I will be out of control because they are so good. All right. She puts creamer, I think it's chocolate creamer, or maybe it's creamer and cocoa. I don't know. It makes like the creamiest cup of coffee, and then the chocolate on the outside of it just melts in, and then peppermint. Oh my word, so good. Okay, so we talked about the giveaway. If you're just tuning in right now, go to the beginning of the video when this is done, and it'll explain all about the giveaway. Okay, and we talked about the glue. I'm going to move it out of the way because I'm going to be using this top camera again because I want to tell you about some yarns I discovered. I'm going to move them over here first. We're going to click on that other camera. Okay, well, I missed, didn't I? Let's get the stuff off there from my glue. Okay, so I found these new yarns. This one I found at Hobby Lobby. It's Yarn Bee is a Hobby Lobby brand. It's called Fox Wild. And this one that I purchased is called Snow Leopard. They had tiger and raccoon and lots of other animals. And this is a really neat yarn. It's a big, thick yarn. Let's see, they've got it at a 6, but I think it's actually bigger than a 6. It's really fluffy. But if you undo it, you've got 3 strands of fur. And I have a triangle scarf that I'm working on that I wanted a trim for. And I'm going to use this trim on it. And I'm looking forward to getting it done. Hopefully in February, we'll have a pattern using this. Okay? And I think this is perfect for pom-poms as well. And I'm going to put this on the trim on that triangle scarf, and I'm going to make some pom-poms to go with it and show you how to use this yarn. Now, Yarn Bees is similar to what Lion Brand has that is like this fur yarn. So if you don't care for the Yarn Bee brand, check out Lion Brand. They have some that are similar to this as well. I just really loved this when I saw it. I moved my phone out of the way there. The other yarn I found was at Michael's. And isn't this neat? It looks like donuts or cupcakes, right? Well, this yarn is called Echo Cozy, and it's made from recycled plastic. It's super soft. And you know, every year around my birthday, which is in February, it's February 12th, I always put out a birthday pattern. And I can't decide whether I should do a cupcake or a donut. Maybe you could help me decide. This one is called Light Pink Flecked. And this one is called, whoop, I'm looking in the wrong place there. Light Taupe Flecked. Okay, it's a bulky 5. It's made by Loops and Threads. I think you'll really like it if you get some. It's super pretty, and I used my coupon. Now, that's another thing I want to talk to you about is use those coupons. Right now, Premier Yarns, Yarnspirations, and Hirschner's all have after Christmas sales going on. Also, Michael's has a huge sale going on. They have their clearance, a whole bunch of clearance going on, and they have a big clearance event. When I was at Hobby Lobby, I had a 40% off coupon, and all yarn was 30% off. Now, if it's at 30% off, they will not let you use the coupon, but you can tell her, because this is $10.99. But you can tell them at the register you want to pay the regular price and use your 40% off coupon. What I do is every week, when I go to Hobby Lobby, I watch for the 30% off, and they're usually about every 2 weeks or at least twice a month for their 30% off on their yarn. But what I do is I get my 40% coupons on my phone, and isn't that a neat background? It's yarn. And I go and look for what I'm looking for, anything that's new that I might want, and then I use that 40% off coupon to get one that I want. And then a lot of times I'll get one, and then I'll go back the next week and get the second one if I need to for a project. So use your coupons. Another place to really use your coupons is Joann's. My Joann's honors Hobby Lobby coupons and Michael's on top of their coupons, and you get great savings at Joann's. Okay, so that's the new yarns. I'm so excited to use all 3 of these because I really like finding new and different things. And who knew that they could make beautiful yarn out of recycled plastic? It is so soft. I'm really excited about this project. Okay, so I got it narrowed down to either some sort of a cupcake or some sort of a donut. And I think it would be super fun to make both. I may have to go back and use my coupons again for my birthday project. And then, of course, I've got a project for a triangle scarf that I wanted to use a fur trim. And this one's perfect because the scarf has beiges and grays in it. And it's going to look really pretty. All right. So one of the things that I get asked all the time is how do I come up with all these patterns? And the truth of the matter is, it would probably totally scare you if you knew all the stuff going on inside this head. I plan 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months in advance. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do next Christmas. But don't be scared. I just have so much going on in my head that, you know, when we have times like we've had the last year, I turn to crochet and I turn to designing. And I love the whole process of the designing and all of that stuff. Okay, so get ready for 2021. I got lots of plans. Alrighty, now the last thing I want to do is just show you what we did the last couple of days. We've got some new patterns that we put out. We did a bonus pattern last week of our 13th washcloth. Aren't these cool? This is our Houndstooth design washcloth. This one's done in light pink and dark pink, and the light pink is a sparkle. Then we have this green and yellow, and this red and white one. And this was just a bonus pattern. And I decided to do that because there was going to be a little bit of lag time between, you know, Christmas and New Year's. And it's always like, what do I do with this week? I don't know what to do. Christmas is over and New Year's hasn't come yet. So I wanted you to have something fun to work on. So, Houndstooth washcloth. And they're super fun to make. They really are. And it's just one of those things I just really enjoy making. So that pattern is out there. We have the pattern on the blog and, of course, on YouTube. All right, now what we did yesterday, let me set that down, is we started some of our Valentine's patterns. And this is just a coaster. And it's a little bigger. It measures about 5 by 5, so you could use it to put a candle on or maybe a small candy dish. Add it to something, or maybe make a scarf, put them all together, make a scarf. You could make a Valentine bunting. Lots of neat things that you could do with these. And so this is our first Valentine pattern. And you can see I don't always stick with normal colors. I like to use my yarn stash, and that's what I did here. This one is made with 2 different yarns. This is the leftover mandala and some sparkle white or sprinkle white. And this is just kind of an orchid purple and white. And of course, this is red and white. Yarns I had left over in my yarn stash. Okay, now I do have some more Valentine. I'm going to do one about once a week probably until Valentine's Day. I have another little doily. I can't remember what else I've got going on. I'd have to look in my book. But anyway, we're going to do about one a week. I've got a new romance scarf. If I can get it back from my testers, we'll get that one out there. It's not a scarf, it's a wrap. So, but we're also, for the month of January, going to be doing some things that are not Valentine's Day, because you know what? Not everybody celebrates all the holidays like I do. I just love them all. I love decorating. I love, you know, having those things around me. So anyway, we got lots of fun things for January. And we also have the stitch of the month. And I'm going to try to stick to the second to third Monday of the month like we did with our washcloth of the month. And I'm so excited about the first one. I've already got the test pattern. I haven't written the pattern out yet, but I've got the test item ready for the pattern to be typed up and tested. And it's really, really cute. And so what we're doing, in case you don't know, is we're not doing just a stitch. We're not doing washcloths, although some of them might be washcloths or hot pads or doilies or things like that. But what we're doing is we're going to learn a stitch each month, and then we're also going to have a practice pattern to work that stitch. Okay, and it's gonna be a little bit different than what I've done in the past. Kind of similar to what I did when I did Back to Crochet Basics. I have a Back to Crochet Basics 12 lesson plan, written and video, and they each have a project of the month. Okay, or a project in each to learn what we did. So if you're wanting to learn about crochet from the beginnings, you can go to my YouTube channel and just go to the playlist that says Back to Crochet Basics. And it just starts from the very beginnings of chaining all the way up to like front post and back post and what loops are what and things like that. It's just a basic thing. And it got used a lot, and I was really happy when a lot of the schools in 2020, when they let the kids go, I had a couple of different art teachers use it to teach their kids crochet, and I really liked that. It was a lot of fun. I got lots of pictures of the things that they were doing and stuff like that. They're really basic, and each one has a project that goes with it. But anyway, back to what we're doing is a stitch of the month. And I've been really doing some investigating. I got a lot of input of some stitches that y'all want to learn, and I've been working on how we can incorporate it into doing the stitch of the month. Okay? All right. Woo, that was a lot of stuff. All right, now, just to get back to what we were doing for our January mystery giveaway is, I don't know what that's all about. We'll have to check into that. Somebody posted something odd. But anyway, what we're going to do for our giveaway, if you weren't here at the beginning of the video, we have our January mystery giveaway. And the yarn that's behind me, 15 skeins, along with that bag that's behind me. That's a canvas bag, nice. It's a little bit thicker than our other bags, but it's also just a little bit smaller. But anyway, that and plus something special from me in that giveaway. And again, all you have to do to get involved in the giveaway is comment. Comment here on Facebook or comment on YouTube. And I'm going to let you go with that because I have to go pick up some more bags. And don't forget, you can, let me reach over and grab these. You can order these off of Etsy now. So if you want a bag and you can't wait for a giveaway, you can order one for yourself. And like I said, we're keeping that price down, just what it costs to make and ship. Alrighty, so I'm going to let you go, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. And remember, I can't do this without you. So thank you for being a part of Posh Pooch Designs. See you next week.